Jason, you mentioned Scale AI earlier being quasi-purchased by Meta. As part of that deal, they got then Scale CEO Alexandr Wang to move over and kind of take over the super intelligence team over at Meta. And as we discussed earlier on the show last year at some point in time, that meant that Yann LeCun would report into Mr. Wang. Now, Yann LeCun is a Turing...
Keep going. Yep.
Sorry. Yann LeCun is a Turing Award winner, kind of one of the godfathers of AI, very well known, critical of LLMs. He is leaving to go found his own company. But in an interview he did with the Financial Times, there was quite a lot of interesting tidbits. I wanted to bring those to everyone out there. Do you recall the launch of Llama 4 from Meta, which was kind of a flop, if you will? Well, Yann went ahead and admitted that the results were fudged a little bit. So there we go. Confirmation. Well, I think they did like the different variations of Llama 4. And then they picked the ones that had the best benchmarks. And so they weren't really being upfront with it. But as a result of that fiasco, essentially, he said that Mark Zuckerberg was kind of over their existing team, just kind of sidelined them. So that does kind of put into context the change with Alexandr Wang and so forth. Yeah.
The fact that you had him report into a 20-something who does the training data. Now, those training things are important. But that would be the equivalent of putting like the Michelin-starred celebrated chef who defined the category, Thomas Keller, and you put him in charge of, the pastry chef is now their boss, right? Or the maitre d' is their boss. Like, okay, like the maitre d' or the pastry chef are important. They're obviously components of this. Somebody might even say like the dishwasher. I wouldn't say like training data is like that low on the totem pole, but there was obviously like a lot of disrespect here he got. And, you have to wonder what Zuckerberg is thinking here to lose somebody of this caliber by doing something so divisive as having the 65-year-old research god report into the 27-year-old, with a couple of years experience doing this training data. That's no dig to Wang, but
no, not at all.
He's a bit of a live wire according to reports. He's a bit precocious, maybe. So you just got to be thoughtful here. Maybe a team of rivals would be what I would have done. I would have said, hey, we're going to have two groups competing to get these problems solved, but I would not have done it this way. Probably Zuckerberg regrets it, but management, or who knows, maybe Zuckerberg just thought, I got to get this guy out of the company. So how do I get him to quit?
That's what
I'll have him report into the 27-year-old. Either he starts shipping product faster, or he just gets out and he quits, and I don't have to pay, some severance or something. So there's all kinds of like Game of Thrones stuff that happens at this level. But AMI is going to be a company to watch because they're going straight to world building.
Yep.
And that's going to be the discussion a lot of people are going to be having with self-driving cars, with robotics, with just trying to solve and provide more value.
Where AI is only as good as the data it's learning from. Every huge leap we're seeing in AI development is based on refining better data sets. And guess who came up with the ideal solution for your company? That's right, my pals at Uber. Did you all know I was an early investor in Uber? Maybe you heard, third or fourth. And I never talk about it, but it's true. And now Uber AI Solutions works with enterprises all over the world, helping them source, label, evaluate, and scale real-world, high-quality data for every industry. When you think about it, this makes total sense. No company understands how to maintain quality while scaling exponentially like Uber. Their own ability to refine and process data sets is why they currently power millions of trips per hour. Now they're bringing that insane level of insight and expertise to your startup or enterprise. It's pretty exciting. Book a demo today by going to uber.com/twist. That's uber.com/twist.